Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Fnatic versus Cloud9, the battle of the ages, it seems, because pride is at stake, as well as a fair chunk of change and a place in the semi-finals. Who will they face? It's going to be Chinese opposition. Will it be OMG or Royal Club? We're going to be finding that out tomorrow, but right now, we want to know who is going to win. Who is going to come out on top? Will it be Fnatic, who currently picked up a great win in Game 1, and snowballed after 25 minutes up against Cloud9, who did effectively the same thing in Game 2. Both blue sides winning so far. Is it Fnatic's to take?
And there's two matchups I want to focus on specifically in this game. And again, it's Peke versus Hai, because that is such a swingy matchup. Peke, the MVP of Europe, and Hai has been attacked very heavily in picks and bans by Fnatic. Last game, Hai was able to come out on top, but Kennen should have an extremely strong laning phase against Cassidy. The other one I need to track here is the early laning of Yellow Star's Leona versus Lemon Nation Zyra, because if Yellow Star can somehow get level 2 before Lemon Nation and catches anything onto him, he'll kill Zyra straight off the bat. And now, Fnatic catches him in the brush!
They catch on towards Sneaky, he's going down, he's going to get dropped, first blood comes out, they make it a second as well. Lemon Nation's going to be the focus target, he gets locked up, Yellow Star goes in, and Cyanide gets a double kill.
That is immensely huge for Fnatic. They ran around the Cloud9 ward. Somehow they snuck into that brush before. I need to watch that again because Cloud9 has 2 wards down in the Fnatic jungle because I think they went through the lane. Someone's going to grill me for this.
They got there before they put the wards in.
They got there obviously before the wards went down, but Cloud9 was completely caught unawares. In Cloud9's losses so far in North America, it was often because of a level 1 disaster, and now that bottom lane of theirs is in a huge hole. They are definitely get out level 2'd, and they both died.
And Cyanide starts his jungling with a mattress. It's crazy. He's going to absolutely dominate through this. Doesn't need to use smite. No clue. Doesn't need help for this blue. He's just going to dominate that jungle now. This is going to put Meteos in a big, tricky situation because he knows he's going to get countered by that Lee Sin.
In a game of this magnitude, starting while giving up the first 2 kills is just an extra amount of pressure that got put on Cloud9. Fnatic has so much confidence with the way they're moving right now. They're even going for Meteos' red buff. He's got to smite of the way and run. He can't even get level 3.
And while, you know, so many times we talk about level 1, we didn't actually get into like who would level 1 because they were up against a Shen and a Leona. Why would you even look in them bushes?
They were just caught completely by surprise. I mean, Zyra can have consistent threat at level 1 as well. It was really just Fnatic outmaneuvering them. There's the catch as well!
Lemonation caught out, having to use heal, which we didn't even touch on, by the way. Picking up the Summoner's heal, working out very well this time around, but Yellow Star and Pushu are starting to put a lot of pressure on that lane already.
And we have been so lulled into level 1s just being ward trades that we don't expect that much power to come out early on in the game. This has caught Cloud9 completely off guard. They were just executing a normal level 1 for themselves, and it was Fnatic now just jumping out ahead. How much can they turn this on its head? They already got the heal from Lemon Nation. This Yellow Star this Pushu versus Sneaky lane could completely turn, knowing that they started with a couple kills. But the big thing actually is Pushu hasn't shopped yet, and Sneaky didn't burn summoner spells when he died, which is very key to mention. Let's watch this level 1 again. They taunted right onto Sneaky, no chance. And one thing that was actually smart of Cloud9, aside from getting caught out and killed, is neither of them decided to use summoner spells because they knew how dead they were.
And more importantly, there was a lot of assists there. Soaz got the 2 assists. Pushu got the 2 assists. We saw the flash from Yellow Star actually. It was burnt to get that lockup on the final one. But big advantages gained by the European champions Fnatic in this very early game. Let's see how it develops though. Not get carried away. It is very early on, and Meteos is coming up towards this top lane.
There's not a ward that sees him. Pushu and Yellow Star feeling very confident. They're going in.
They're going in for Pushu. Pushu may get locked up. The fear does get triggered, but it sends him towards his own tower, so it's not a favorable trade for Cloud9.
Extremely close now. Cyanide coming in the mid lane as well. High just lightning rushes away. That gank up top by Meteos needs to be pressured with some turret damage right now because they forced one back and they're effectively forcing Cyanide to come up and cover.
Remember, they took a 3-minute 33 tower in the first game. This time around, Cyanide is coming up there to cover it off. They're not going to keep on chunking down that tower. They effectively forced Fnatic out of their split push game in the last match. This game, they don't really need to do it. Maybe they will, with obviously the fact that Shen's there generally triggers that they are going to go split push. It's a very good trade for Soaz on Cloud Balls there.
Yeah, early on, Soaz is definitely pressuring this lane as heavily as possible. Balls will not be ramping up for another little while here. He needs to get about level 7 or 9 and a Spell Vamp Spirit in there. Ooh, Hike has his flash burned as well by Cyanide.
Double flash is burned, actually. Peke as well, taken very low, so the trade going well for High, but both of those flashes now down. It's going to affect High more than it is going to be Cyanide. Cyanide himself is just returning back to that jungle. He's going to be running like a monster around that jungle as well. In terms of farm, though, he's actually behind Meteos.
Meteos always managing to farm a little bit of his jungle. The main advantages in this game are just those first 2 kills. They get 600 gold for the first blood, a split of 500 gold for the second one, so it is exactly so. Fnatic did not go back and buy after they got the kills because they happened so late. So if we're going to see that 2 kills start to snowball, it's actually going to be now because Fnatic has went back, bought their first set of items, and is actually taking advantage of this gold lead.
Check out those items from the AD carriers. Sneaky went back, he got himself a double Doran's blade. Guess a Phage will follow, leading into the inevitable Trinity Force. But look at Pushu. Because he got that early assist gold, he went straight for a pickaxe. Is that a little overconfident?
I don't think so at all. I think he's just trying to rush more damage than Sneaky can deal with. He's going to be building that into a Last Whisper anyway if he's going with the standard build. And he's just really just trying to get the immediate advantage. Balls has been dangerous for a while. The last time he scouted Cyanide with one of those Vladimir E's, this time he gets caught.
You're going to see the ultimate coming in. He's trying to catch him out. He has Kapul away. And he has got that ghost on. He's going to go deep. Cyanide on this one. He has got him down. And would you believe it? That's a 3rd kill for Cyanide.
Balls had burned his flash previously, gets his ghost burned on that one, and that was just a little bit of overconfidence in that lane. He picked the Vladimir as a counterpick to Soaz, had gotten a few levels under his belt, so thought that he would be able to start bullying him out, but that is why Cyanide was there for the gank.
And you know, for any jungler, I would say getting 3 kills on him, it's not favourable. You'd want him on the AD carry or something, but it's a Lee Sin. Lee Sin's going to get going, and he's going to start doing a lot of damage.
Especially if he can get around. The thing with this is Cyanide has an absolute window with which he can be effective here. He's built it into a Sightstone, so he's not actually getting combat effectiveness out of this. If there is a team fight force for Cloud9, it is map control and mobility that he's building into that Lee Sin right now. He wants to be hopping around, he wants to stop Meteos from having effective gank paths, and he wants to catch Cloud9 in multiple rotations.
So this middle lane battle, Meteos is given the blue buff, or is he? He may take that from himself here.
Absolutely he will, because it's a Kennen and a Vladimir. Neither of those guys benefit off the blue buff. 3
members of Fnatic gathering in this middle lane. We do see Lemonation coming down, realizing that something may be up. Pushu was spotted out there. They're going in towards High. High himself hasn't got flash available, but the kick from Cyanide does not find its target.
This game is going to be a dragon fight very shortly for Fnatic, I feel. They have the Shen in the top lane. He's made the transition, and there has not been a dragon play made yet. Lemon Nation is still not level 6. Neither is Sneaky on Corki, whereas Pushu and Yellowstar are about 3/4 of the way to their level thresholds. The AD carries are fighting each other in the bottom lane right now, and Fnatic has just went back to buy another fresh set of items. If Cloud9 doesn't stop the objective push by Fnatic, they may end up falling too far behind to make a realistic comeback. They're actually forced into a game-deciding decision much earlier than they would like to be because the double kill that was given up at level 1.
We do see Meteos is a long way from this dragon as well, so Fnatic seemingly will be gifted this one. I think Cloud9 may well have read the situation, but realized they're probably not in a situation to fight for a Yellowstar trying to get the lock on towards Lemonation. Does take a big chunk of damage from that piercing arrow. Fnatic starting this one off. Cloud9 going to let him have it.
Yeah, Lemonation, you got to be careful, man. There is a lot of people that could kill you in this situation. They know Balls isn't there. They know Shen could teleport in. And this is effectively just a Fnatic power play.
Power play indeed. That's going to push the gold to a 1,500 lead for them. Cloud9 trying to clear and shove that middle lane. Remember that High, if he gets left alone, he will put a lot of damage down on this turret, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And Peke, as much as he likes to roam and with that teleport, is going to have to keep check on him.
And I feel like Cloud9's actually just trying to push Fnatic into a split push game right now. They know they fell behind early, and they have the split push Vladimir. He's got Ghost Flash, he's building in towards the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, and Balls is hoping to draw enough attention that Cloud9 can just trade farm in the lanes and effectively bypass the disaster that happened early on.
So, in terms of 2 top laners, Balls and Soaz very much even. course, there is a death for Balls and 3 assists for SOAS, so that's going to be Tippy's gold in terms of farm. And you can see it is around about 600 gold lead. No surprises there. The big surprise is really developing across the board is, of course, the jungler, but it is actually, despite the 3 kills, only a, 300 gold lead that SOAS Cyanide has over Meteor. So Meteor's still doing a fantastic job of farming. Look at it, 72 to 32, because he's taken a couple of waves in the lanes as well.
Yeah, Meteos is getting his items, but it's about the rest of his team that's falling back. You can see Sneaky is yet even to complete a phage, and Pushu is actually sitting on 1,800 gold right now on Varus. So when he goes back to base, he is going to pick up a truckload of damage.
Elimination once again, just sidestepping the strike from Yellow Star, desperately trying to get on towards him. Good plant control, actually coming around. He may get shut down, and no! Flash is out, flash burn, but for an ultimate.
Yeah, but that's a very low cooldown Leona ultimate right there. It's got 90 seconds from the time it's used, whereas Flash is much longer. Cloud9, though, gets first turret for the 3rd game in a row.
Absolutely, Peke had gone back. He's got himself that catalyst to go with the tiers. It's the same build he used for game 1. He's going to keep that pressure on, but high, he's going to keep on shoving that turret down. Like you say, he's trying to force him into that split push fight. SOAS stacking out the health, along with that spectral cowl he got earlier on. Meanwhile, Balls, of course, going for a little bit of damage and lifesteal, but it's the AD carries we want to focus on. Pushu went and got that pickaxe a long time ago. He must be sat on a fairly sizable amount of gold here. Yeah, 2,000 gold to 1,000 of Sneaky.
As far as actual items right now, though, Cloud9 might be able to duel this. They have Cleanse instead of Barrier. They flash for it, they catch Elimination, but that's a deep engage.
Chain of Corruption goes down, so you're going to see the Stranglethorns coming out, but it is going to be enough to get themselves a kill. Elimination goes down.
This is very much turning into a Fnatic roam style game. They're getting so many kills and they can force them seemingly whenever they want. Right there, just flash straight into Elimination to burst him down, and now they're going to try and push on the turret because they've left Balls and Meteos in the top lane for maybe a trade.
And the thing is, SOAS, of course, used that standing United, made sure he got the assist gold, but they do give up that top turret. So in terms of objectives, it is Cloud9 that are going to be in the lead. Peke getting caught out, Riftwalk comes down, Cyanide's going to be the focus target, flashes out of that ultimate, and he will avoid the damage. Fnatic continuing to push down this bottom lane. They get themselves the first tower. Cloud9 will get that top one, though, so it's 2-1 currently in terms of towers.
And I know we say it all the time, but Peke has farmed up fairly well on Kassadin, and this is the point in the game where he's going to want to take over. Elimination, you can't go in there.
Uh-oh, he's going to get caught out, stunned, stake down. And that is another free kill, effectively, on Elimination. He is getting focused.
Yep, if Leona gets ahead of Zyra, it's not good for Zyra. She cannot check her own jungle for blue buffs. This is something Fnatic has controlled well in all 3 games against Cloud9. Yet another blue buff steal for Peke, and this is going to increase the threat of Peke around the map as well. Cloud9 wanted to set up a split push strategy here. Balls wants to be split pushing off on his own, but if Peke has the blue buff on Kassadin, he can control pretty much the entire map because rift walking no longer becomes a cost for him.
This is almost certainly the most pressure that I think Cloud9 have been under in their professional gaming lives. Fnatic 5-0 up in kills, 2,000 gold almost in the lead now. And actually trailing on turrets, but that's not really the focus because Fnatic are getting the game that they want. Pushu, Infinity Edge, not even got boots, just gone straight Infinity Edge.
He's definitely trying to snowball this one. That's what he did with the early pickaxe. Occasionally we see Varus go for the Infinity Edge rush. He's actually still maxing his piercing arrow. He's just hoping to get a couple crits right now to turn a lane on its head. I actually think that the next dragon fight is going to be a huge impact, but again, this is that roaming power of Fnatic. Leona's coming in. Meteos might try to help this one if Balls can get out of it.
Yellow Star comes around. He was waiting for that pull. He's going to get locked up. There it is. Dead. Against Balls goes down. It's 6-0 in kills now. Cloud9 have a good response here, but I'm not too sure they want to go for it. That could be a turret for Fnatic. Now look at Sneaky. He's in trouble. Peke closes the gap. He's going to get caught. Force Balls goes down. He doesn't have a turret. Cyanide catches on towards him. Still dodges the trade. Oh, nice. He rift walked out of that. And that will be another kill, but this time it is Peke.
And the worst thing about these deaths for Cloud9 is they are burning their summoner spells and dying, which means the next set of roams are even more deadly from Fnatic. Cloud9 completely on their heels right now and not able to deal with this roaming assassination squad of Fnatic.
And they pinged onto high and they were like, he's staying here. Let's keep pushing. They've got that split push going on the top and on the bottom. Now we see they're going to see High coming in there. Fnatic, I feel, will back away from that one as Cyanide does manage to land the Q. They went in for it. As we don't quite see it, High's dead.
Again, one after the other. Fnatic has brush control in all these pink wards, and Cloud9 is desperately trying to get it back because they're trying to farm their lanes, but Fnatic is just not allowing them. 1 kill turns into 8 kills.
And the danger right now is that Peke is getting them kills. 2-0. He's equal in farm, and we see High, he's trying to get that Zhonya's Hourglass back out again. Cloud9 might try Rush Dragon here.
This would be their last-ditch effort, but Cloud9 wanted to set up this Dragon when High was level 11 with his ultimate up, but because of the roaming of Peke and the rest of Fnatic, they were able to kill High and burn his ultimate. So this Dragon becomes a much less attractive fight for Cloud9. I still almost feel like they have to go for it, though, because the lanes aren't safe, and the first thing they want to do is actually have a fight against Fnatic, where they have a hope of a chance.
And you've got to give Fnatic
all the credit in the world.
All the credit in the world. From that very first 2 kills, they've kept the pressure on Cloud9 every single step of the way, all 16 minutes of this game.
Everyone with the roam, the Lee Sin especially, picked this time for Cyanide. Instead of Jarvan, instead of Elise, he goes for it, gets the first 2 kills, and he has transitioned brilliantly. The early Sightstone for the map control, and now, potentially, a game-breaking Dragon fight.
Big, big fight. There's a 4,000 gold advantage for Fnatic, and everybody has bought items. Peke probably sat in a chunk of gold. Actually, no, he's just been back and got that blasting 1. And remember, they're up against Elise Sid, as well as Cyanide. No, Meteos, this would be a horrible smite fight for Cloud9, which is why they're going to back out. Yellowstar goes in on towards High. He's going to catch him down. Peke comes in. It's another kill for Peke. Ball's taken low as well. That's going to be the inner turret, the middle turret going down as well. Meteos does get himself the bottom turret. It's going to be an even trading turrets, but Fnatic can keep going on the inner here.
Fnatic has endless aggression. It is consistently catching Cloud9 off guard. Everyone can chase for Fnatic. Everyone is diving in, and it is working masterfully.
Meteos continues to push on the bottom lane. He may get that down before Fnatic responds. No, teleport coming in there. It is going to be Peke on towards him. That's going to be the inner turret going down as well. Peke is going to give chase on towards Meteos here. I'm not sure he can get away. The rest of Fnatic are closing the gap as well. You can see Yellowstar pushing along the top side. They have full control of Meteos. He uses that fear leash, but he's only simply going to send Peke away. Rift walks back in there, goes in towards the Paranoia, goes straight in towards Yellowstar. The kill goes to Pushu.
Fnatic is everywhere as far as Meteos is concerned right now. He thought he was going to make a great escape, but again, summoners and ultimates burned by Cloud9 attempting to escape, meaning the cycle of death will never end for Cloud9 because Fnatic can continually catch them without defensive summoner spells and keep growing this lead.
High might get caught out of position here. Peke feels like he go for it, goes in, puts that Rift Walk down, and force pulses onto Balls. High is sticking around it. They may try and turn this one towards Peke. They have got good damage and he's low on mana, but they can't pick anything up from him. It's 10-0 in kills. This game is dangerously turning into an avalanche for Fnatic.
It may already be an avalanche right now if we just think of what Cloud9 has been able to do about it, because it's effectively nothing. Cloud9 has been in the process of setting up a play, but Fnatic stops it right there. They're killing Cloud9 in the planning phase. So as on Shen hasn't even had to use his ultimates. That's how far away Cloud9 is to making plays. Yellowstar has been everywhere with Leona. Cyanide has been everywhere with Lee Sin. And it's normally actually, in a typical Fnatic game, you have that 4-man squad that goes around for Fnatic and then Peke making plays. This time, it's just a scatter of everyone. It's another unexpected move. Sometimes it's just Cyanide and Yellowstar. Sometimes it's Pushu and Peke. It's really no way of Cloud9 keeping track of them. And since Cloud9 continually keeps dying in these lanes, there's no way of them getting the control back. This lead is just going bigger, and Peke has the freedom to wait.
And look at it going towards High. Actually, maybe Yellowstar that's caught out of position. Slicing Maelstrom comes down. That's going to be a quick ultimate coming out. Stand United slices across. Yellowstar is back in there as well. He's going to back out. So as it gets caught with the fear leash, he may shadow dash across. He does. High gets caught out. Peke's coming up from the bottom lane right now. High's going to try and get away from this one. He will get taken down. The damage is too strong. Chain of Corruption lands on towards Balls and Lamination. Meteos is trying to put damage, but simply put, Yellowstar is too tanky right now. He can't take him down. It's going to be Meteos going down. Can he get the kill? No, he can't. And now Peke, he's going to keep on chasing. Gets on towards more. Rift walks back on towards him. Force pulse on there. They're going to give up. And as you say, that was simply Cloud9. They thought they caught Yellowstar out, but they turned it around.
Yellowstar is a powerful Leona right now. So much base stats and base armor. His W is actually max, so they were trying to finish off Leone, who had a bonus 70 armor and magic resistance, whereas Meteos hasn't built a singular offensive item. High is too far behind as well. He hasn't completed his Zanya's Hourglass. No one on Cloud9 has been able to reach their farm thresholds because everyone else on Fnatic has been denying them from farming by killing them.
Well, you mentioned Balls. He is a great farmer, and he is actually ahead in farm, but that doesn't matter because Soaz is just so strong. And look at the gold across the board globally is massively in the favor of Fnatic because they've all been helping out in these kills. 12-0 the kill score right now for the European champions Fnatic. They seem to have stolen the march over Cloud9, and right now it's simply Cloud9. They have to turtle this one. They have to sit back. Can they try and push those lanes? It seems to be Balls is the chosen split pusher, as you mentioned right at the start, but I'm not sure it's going to work.
Yeah, from Champion Select, Balls was the guy who has to split push, but from level 1, things have just went too badly for Cloud9 right now. The first and second games were so incredibly close, and then Fnatic had the aggression to just go for a big play level 1. They got the gamble to pay off, and really since then Fnatic has just played masterfully. They've stopped everything Cloud9 has been trying to do. Cloud9 actually got a little sloppy sometimes, checking brushes they didn't necessarily need to check, but it's Fnatic. Fnatic is in every brush as far as they know.
5 members of Fnatic coming to that top, and High taken down half his health from a single combo from Peke. Oh, the piercing arrow lands. They got to back out of this one. They can't give this fight up. You can see Cloud9 is going to catch up towards Lemonation. He's going to get locked down. Balls tries to come back in there, puts a good hemo flake down across Fnatic, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done. Piercing arrow lands on Sneaky along with a Null Sphere, and he is forced out of the fight as well. Fnatic can keep on pushing.
Yeah, and they definitely want to. They still have some engages up. Pushu has his Varus ultimate, and this is a strong push they can put down onto Cloud9. Peke, fearless.
Every single combo that comes out from Peke is dropping. High down, another piercing arrow lands. This is going to be the first inhibitor of the game. Ball's getting caught down. He comes out. Chain of Corruption onto Sneaky, cleansed off that. And Fnatic actually backing away from this one.
But the damage has been done. This gold lead is now almost 9,000, 22 minutes into the game. Cloud9 has yet to return a single kill against this Fnatic power death squad that's just flying through them. Dive on top of dive. And Cloud9 just looks too far behind to return any type of significant damage.
Sneaky desperately shoving this wave, knowing that Fnatic have backed off. They're trying to push those lanes out as strong and fast as they can as they run towards the Baron.
It's a Baron Rush. This is a last-ditch effort by Cloud9. They cleared a ward as they were approaching. I mean, Fnatic has to know that they're going for this. Peke is running up towards, he's teleporting in behind. This could be a disaster for Cloud9. That Baron is not going down very quickly, and Fnatic is laying in wait to engage this one. This could get ugly.
Peke comes in, gets vision, gets a chunk on towards Sneaky. Soaz is going to come in. Shadow Dash is available. Who will he lock for? It's going to be Sneaky. Meteos taken down. Cyanide goes in there as well. The Smite fight might be on. Will they get it? Yes,
Meteos got it.
Cloud9 got it, but they're all taking too much damage. The Force Pulse comes out. Balls is going to get taken down. Hit right in the name by Soaz, and that will be surely the ace for Fnatic.
Fnatic responds to the Baron right there. They do not care that they lost the Smite War because they have 5 people dead on Cloud9. It means they have free access to these lanes and inhibitors.
This could be the game for Fnatic. 18-0. Could it be the perfect game? That's the question. They've technically lost 3 turrets, so maybe not. But nevertheless, it's an inhibitor. What the top and the middle going down.
It is a demolition derby right now for Fnatic. Even though they lost 3 turrets of their own, there's no defenses up for Cloud9. The Baron buff that was taken is gone for Cloud9. They are helplessly trying to defend this base.
In actual fact, they only get 1 inhibitor down. They didn't get the turret down because they split. And let's face it, it's only 24 minutes into this game. It's very early on. Those spawn times are pretty short.
And to be fair, the bounties on Cloud9 are getting really small. Every time they die, they're worth less and less gold. I mean, we're talking about this game being a huge snowball, and it absolutely is. And this was just Cloud9. They're just wanting the Baron gold at this point. They're hoping that they could get something back because they are worth such little amounts of gold. You can see 220 gold for that kill. Balls only worth about 180 as well for that one. And if Cloud9 can continue to get objectives, they're hoping to keep themselves at least a little bit in this game, because if they get any type of kills back on a Fnatic, just thinking about this logically, 18-0 seems like actually a much worse snowball than this is, even though it's already it's a pretty bad snowball, to be quite fair. But if Cloud9 gets any return kills, it's generally 750 gold to the team for one of them, and a whole bunch of experience.
They may get it here. Oh, they passed each other. Nobody saw it. Cyanide goes past the tri-bush. Nobody kind of caught each other's position, but it doesn't matter. Fnatic are on the inhib.
Either way, if they went for that kill, Fnatic would just get this inhibitor clearing away. They still may get. It would be a 5v5 with a 9,000 gold lead, and Cloud9 is just rushing out for an attempted defense.
Another turret falls for Fnatic as they keep driving on in there. Piercing arrow wiping out the wave. Peke pouring a burst of damage down. Paranoia going out. It's on Pushu. That's going to be the focus target. But Meteos has gone very deep. Oh, the ultimate comes out from Yellowstar. Catches them all down. Good damage. First kill finally for Cloud9. Catching on towards it. Stranglethorn bounces Yellowstar in the air.
Peke is full.
Is it enough? Peke comes back in there. He gets on towards Elimination. Paul's being taken down by this support just off the side there. Peke goes around. He gets himself the triple. And Fnatic keep driving on home the victory.
21 kills to 1 right now. Fnatic continuing this push. They get inhibitor number 2 and maybe the game. Sneaky and Meteos have to defend.
Fnatic are looking strong in this one. They've looked strong from that very beginning. The second inhibitor of the game will go down. I'm not sure they're going to push the victory just yet, but it seems that it's only a matter of time.
Well, the first 2 games were close and then broke at 25 minutes. This game broke way before that. We can see Cloud9 tries to get an engage on. They actually got a pretty good one. Balls landed a Hemo Plague onto many as High actually got off a good Kennen ultimate, but at the same time, he died before he could get his Zhonya's off. Peke was untouched. He then roamed in and finished off. This is the games that Peke absolutely adores as casted, when his team is strong enough to do all the early work for him, and he can just come in for delicious desserts.
I think one thing has been made clear. There's going to be no Kassadin in the semi-finals. That, I think, we can guarantee, because right now Fnatic are looking like a shoo-in to be playing in the Galen Center.
Here's the craziest thing, is I don't even think the Kassadin has been the deciding factor in this game. Peke has been great, but it's the rest of the team that has grown this lead for him. So much of it was Yellowstar and Pushu roaming around with Leona, killing Lemonation over and over, so as holding his own against balls with the split push. And Cyanide, he's the one who started this game 3-0, got the early Sightstone, and completely took control of the map.
Well, Fnatic driving on through, doing it by the numbers, tutorial style, I believe, is the statement we can use here, because the final inhibitor turret of the game is being focused, and Yellowstar manages to land his ultimate. Elimination, and High manages to get his Zhonya's hourglass off. He just in time. Chain of Corruption comes out, pulls his drone, puts some damage down. Hemo Plague on towards Cyanide, tries to get the kill. Yellowstar does go down. That's the second kill of the game for Cloud9, but it is going to be another triple for Peke. Here comes the Quadra. They're going to give it to him. Yes, they are. It is Peke dominating 11-0-7. Fnatic are going to go through to the semi-finals, taking down the North American champions, Cloud9.
It was a great series. This game, though, was completely one-sided for Fnatic. They dominated Cloud9 from minute 1, and that has got to